spicy with me, like for real. Let me pull up. So today was a great day, much needed. As you guys know, I was like, I'm taking a break yesterday and I needed to just kind of chill out. And so I was able to come in today, be confident with the move and just like smack the market like I needed to. Um, so I'm gonna pull up my spy chart and I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, I'm cracking up. I'm going to show you guys why I got SPY today and what prompted me to take the trade. How did I know how to stay in the trade and why you should have got in too based on my levels. So it was really, really simple actually. So let me just pull that up for you guys and we'll go from there. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, cool. So I'm about to share my screen. Can I share my screen, Danny, or do I need to be like a host or anything?
You know
I think
what?
I'm
Let me make
good.
you a host right now. I was trying to unshare my screen but let me make you.
You're good. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're good. We're good then.
Okay.
We're good. Okay, cool. Um, okay. So as we can see, y'all know what was this? Tuesday. We had super big gap up on file. And as you guys, if you took internships with me or anything like that, especially when it comes to gaps, most of them are going to be filled within a couple of days, if not the next day. So what we saw was this big gap up going into, what was that, Wednesday? And SPY basically went back up to try to retest all-time highs, which was around like 697, 698. We ended up getting a rejection right here today, which as you can see, it was like the orb, which doesn't pop up until the first 15 minutes. And we started falling out the sky pretty much immediately today, nonstop. But if you are someone who uses liquidity or fair value gaps or anything like that, I have a little indicator by Welo Trades that Danny actually introduced me to it at times. And so when I was looking today, I don't do FVGs. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't care about the FVG, but what I do like is the buy side and sell side liquidity and finding those like liquidity areas. So as you guys see at opening, we pretty much hit that area immediately and rejected. So I saw, is the indicator free? Yeah, baby, because I ain't paying them for no indicator. All my indicators free. Ain't nobody paying for no indicator. But yes, so it is the SMC Smart Money Concepts by Wheelo Trades, and we're actually gonna go over how to use it. I know how to do FVGs, you guys. I know how to do everything. I just don't. But that's Danny's bag, and in our SPY, SPX, and Swings class, she's gonna go really, really in depth over that. Okay. So what we see is that we have rejected right here at this area. And is somebody drawing on my chart? Am I tripping? Y'all see that, right? Okay. I was gonna make sure I wasn't tripping. Somebody was drawing on the chart. Anyways, okay. I'm like, am I tripping? Y'all saw that, right? Um, Danny, what's that mean? Get him, Ben. Get him. I don't know who that was. Um, and it's probably because I'm not a
Let's fix
host.
that.
So yeah, yeah. Let's just go ahead and make me a co-host because don't be messing on my chart. It's cute. So we rejected right here around the buy side liquidity, which typically means we're going to reject and sell down. So I was prepared for that rejection. And as you guys see, I gave, what was the level I gave for entry today? I think it was 690. Hold on, let me find it really quick. I want to say it was 690.90. Yep, I said calls if we got over 695 or sorry, 694.52, puts below 690.94. Okay. So we pretty much in this area was at neither one. And I know like some people were like, let me get you're fine, you're fine. Whoever it was, y'all cool. You're not gonna get banned up unless you do it again. But So when it came down to it, we never got in between, or I didn't want to take any trades between my levels. I know sometimes you can catch a move sooner, but for me, I tried to give everyone in the servers I'm in like an A plus setup. So I gave where it was the highest probability that we were going to see a continuation up or down. I wanted to avoid the chop because that's what we've been doing last few weeks overall, right? So how do you avoid fake out from your levels? I'll get into that in a second. So today we pretty much opened and we created the orb. So it just so happened, I love when this happens, but orb and my level was pretty much like hand in hand, okay? So I had the 690 area, 690, 94 area was around here, and orb, as you can see, was 690, 90. So once we had dropped past this point, I love a good break and hold. We broke the level, and then we actually got this candle that actually kind of like dropped past my target one real quick, and I was like, hold up, don't leave me. But I like to wait for a candle close. Um, Sometimes I will just load the gun up on a high risk entry. If I see that feel like we're gonna keep a continuation, I'll drop down to a 3 minute. But today, the 5 minute was a perfect execution. And if you are a newer trader or anything like that, it was perfect for you to actually like hop in at that point. So what I ended up doing, um, what I ended up doing was hopping in once we had that open and close at the bottom or the break of orb right here. We got a full open and close here. Yes, we broke it twice right here, but as you see, it got a little wicky, right? So I'm like, let me hold on, let me see what's going on. We get this open and close. Not only is it below my key level, it's below orb. And if you know me, you know I love me some VWAP. The blue line is VWAP. So we're below all three of my major entry level indicators and confluences. Boom, hit the trigger. We immediately are at um, we're immediately at target one, but I see a strong close below it, so I'm confident in staying in the trade. Next thing you know, boom, 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 we hit the next two, three targets within 10 minutes. And I was like, yeah, but once we had got to my target one, two, and three, I went ahead. At that point, we were at 150%. Our return on our trade, especially if you had got zero, was I in zeros? Let me see, y'all. I don't remember. Yep, I got in zeros because, like I said, it was a flush, so it was like a lotto. I was in zero DCE, and I was like super, super out the money. Um, but I knew that we had a key level on SPY. And if we broke that 690 altogether, that we were going to come back and potentially hit a key level base, which is like my blue line here around 685. And as you guys see, we actually went a little below that, but we did pretty much hold that level. And then that's where we caught that reversal. So I had to end up coming back and firing off another three, four levels for you guys so y'all could catch one, two, three here and even four. And I even gave an extra one and said, hey, if we close below here, we're actually going down here to 683 because that was another key level for no, seriously, Karen, we need a day like that every day. So I'm waiting for us to see if we get right here. We didn't. As we're dropping, you guys, I'm moving my stops. Okay, I'm not about to let my contracts go down too far. So my contracts, I got it in cheap for like $25. They went to, I think like 120 on the runner, and I moved my stop loss to where regardless, it was taking me out at like $90. I use an orb indicator. It's the indicator. So I'll show you guys my settings on that. On orb, where is
You
it?
sure you don't want to save that for class? Or you
Oh
just
yeah,
give
yeah,
you
yeah.
feeling generous? You want to
You're,
be
I
generous
mean,
with
the orb,
it?
most people already know that.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
super, super crazy. But orb is pretty much I have a 15-minute 9:30 to 9:45. That's it. It's nothing crazy. If you want to know exactly how to use it, how to play it to the top, to the bottom, all that kind of stuff in between, that's more stuff we'll go over in class. But yes, it is indicator you can use. If you don't have the indicator, all you're doing is marking off the 15-minute high and low and hopping in. Um, yeah, and that's it. What I will go over in class, you guys, is how VWAP is. Like my husband, I love him so much. And why it is the perfect way to make it executions from the top and the tippy tippy bottom, and exactly how we play that. Because as you see, we went right back up to VWAP, which was this alone was still another 500% on a zero DTE if you hopped in on it, and then we came right back down. So in reality, and then we came back up again. So essentially, there was really four really, really great plays today. And when we dropped, you could have took my levels all the way back up if you knew how. If you don't know how, you should be in the class so that you learn. And also there are some other things that I just knew about Spy. Like I said, you guys know, like that's my baby. So she's going to, I just kind of have like an intuitive insight to her. Um, and I always, well, most of the time, I'm using astrology as well. So there was a little astrological elements in this trade today for me to know when a little ooga booga, a little woo woo, going on in the big, in the background. So, when all of that happened, it matched up with my, sentiments, and yeah, that's how I was able to catch the trade. So, that was really it for today, guys. Like once I caught this drop, I was done. I saw y'all later. And that was really it. Now I did on the back end catch a meta swing this morning, and that was great. It went 90%. I did not signal that to nobody. Okay. I'm doing something special for those who want a little extra stuff. Me and Danny have the pre-market preps where I give out my non-spy plays. And things like that. So just know, like I smack on everything. It's not just fine. I kill it on every single thing. It does not matter.
And does.
Um, yeah, that's really it, y'all. Moon phases,
Okay.
sun phases, all that kind of shit in astrology. If you
Bet.
don't believe, I don't know what to tell you. Big bank take little bank. We see it. Um, That's all. Brittany asked, how do you set stops? You just go in and set it. It literally says just like stop. Like when you go and it says like market order, limit order, it should say stop order. And then you just go and put in whatever you want your stops at.
And it depends on which platform too, babe, because Robinhood does not give us that cool feature. I've been looking. We barely even have OCO. I don't even think we have OCO.
And that's why I
But
don't use
yeah,
Robinhood.
Schwab, who is it? Schwab, Webull, these other ones, they are giving us
Mhm.
that option
Yeah.
to do that, Britt. So that's why. And we can always Britt, tell me which Discord are you in? Because we can always drop that in the chat since it's like 8 more minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to get this SPX part out. I don't mind us dropping it in Impact or FNP. So let me know.
Would you give us the
Spice, would you be able to give
contract
con?
entries like you used to? I've been messing up with levels so bad. So honestly, I stopped doing that, you guys, because people, um, everybody has different accounts. Everyone has different sizes. That's one thing that we go over, like how to pick your contracts, how to know how to get in, and your like entries and exits. So sometimes I'll do it if I feel like it, but honestly, like I don't do it on every trade because everyone just has different sizes, different accounts. Some people like in the money, some people like out the money, and so I signal to over 3,000 people. I can't track everybody's thing. So if you are messing up with levels, then I highly, highly suggest you contact me so that you can tap into understanding how to enter and exit them.
Mhm.
It's just also something that we go over in our classes and stuff too. So sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. It really just depends on the day. But we only got a few more minutes, so we're gonna
Yes.
let Danny hop on and show you guys what she did to enter and exit the trade.
Okay. And then Brit is in Impact. So just either if you want to type her and answer that, or if you want to type it in Impact, that'll clarify how to depict the levels to prevent from getting stopped out when price falls back. Okay. Um, so guys, here we go. I got 10 minutes. All
Go ahead.
right. So if you
Oh,
switch
wait, let
the
me stop sharing my
screen,
screen.
Oh, and they could always switch it. It'll show both of them.
It's
But
fine.
yeah, if you switch the screen up top, guys, this is the SPX trade. So I'm coming into the SPX. The first thing I'm always going to do is look on a daily, okay? Because I like to see, are we swinging low or are we swinging high? I know that we already hit a low point on a daily, so I'm expecting us to go up, okay? And we had a few days of going up. And this day here, because I follow Justice astrology and things like that, I was expecting a drop. There's something else. There's a little thing that I have about Thursdays, anyways, that I kind of watch out for. So there's that part. Now, there's a very particular time frame that I catch my entry on. So if you look down in the chat, I put the levels on there. Go back up. Okay. So the levels are in the chat and it literally shows you like we entered almost immediately. Like I was like, as soon as we break, I think it was like 6944 or something of that sort. No. 6944. Yeah. As soon as we break 6944, we're entering. Okay. And this went further than I expected. These are my levels. My levels are very, very clean. I do teach people how to get levels. Okay. I do that. But that is something that I also invested in as a person. So with me knowing what I know about levels, I would love to give it out. I'll give you the levels for free in Impact and F&P, but I don't just give it willy-nilly in a trade recap, right? Because like I said, I invested to figure out how to find these. So that's a part of, working with me. Anywho, I knew to enter 6944. Like I told you guys earlier, and I've been dropping this little detail, you guys got to give your trade time. I don't care how bad SPX pulls back. Unless SPX completely invalidates you on the 15-minute time frame to the point where wherever we drop from, now we are above that point, baby. I need you to hold, okay? Now, what you could do is you could mark where we came from and to where we went to. Like I did that, like literally by 10:15 I had marked this entire level. If you look at this box right here, there is a midline that we could not break through, and so this dotted line right here told me, okay, if we can't break over this dotted line, then puts are still valid, or being comfortable with this play is going to be valid. That would have been my only indicator that maybe I want to get out or whatever the case is, or also a sweep on liquidity. So there's two things that I'm looking at again to recap. Once I hit my entry, I am giving it enough time to play out. I'm giving it enough time to sweep liquidity on the downside because we swept it up here. You saw that. If you would have been on 15-minute time frame, you would have seen we already swept liquidity right there. We hit up and then we pushed. That lets you know these orders was waiting here for us to just do. That's what they did, and then we wicked there. So honestly speaking, I exited like about when we got about here is when I closed my trade out, and because I was out the money as well. I was like, I think I got 180% on my SPX play. I did not play this one up or this one down or this one up, but like just said, we could have done that. Okay. So again, there's a particular higher time frame that I knew that my entry was actually going to be exactly at 6944, and I was able to catch the entire move. I let it play out. Once we fell to the low, like a low point, actually, I think my box was here, to be honest with you. Once we fell to a low point, I put my box tool around, and this midpoint was like letting me know what the energy was. As long as we stay below the halfway point, I know bears are in control. If we could break above it, I know bulls are in control. Also, another thing that helps me is I like to use the EMA clouds. We'll talk more about that later, but I use EMAs to stay in my play too. So again, I will definitely spend more time because like I gotta wrap it up, going over levels and things, but that is something that I teach. That is something that I feel like people should invest in. It's an investment that once you learn it one time, you're gonna eat. You're gonna smack the market no matter what. And so with that being said, I definitely will show you those higher time frames to catch these entries. I'll show you how to mark these charts, but I stayed in based off of the box tool and being under the 50 and also with my EMA clouds. And that's my little wrap up. And so, like I said, I went 180% on SPX and it was nice. It was real
I
nice.
went 370%, you guys, today. You see in the chat, Kate made $839. She follows my levels. She took classes. She worked with us in one-on-ones, and she's been killing it ever since. Actually, a few of my mentees is in here and should have been doing good today,
Yeah.
but she's one of the main ones who have worked with us. Who's
You
this?
think that's
Is
Beck,
that
don't
Karen?
you?
got Karen in here, girl. You trying to hide?
Oh my goodness.
But you guys, this is one of those free Zoom links. We ain't gonna lie to you. It was one of those little,
Seriously, seriously.
so we really only do got 30 minutes. It's not us trying to rush us off or anything, but we really ain't got, it might cut off on us if we keep going. But if you guys have any questions, if you were unsure about levels today, look, Jeremy smacks 400%. Hey, Care. um, he hit 400%. If you took it on the levels, like I said, percentages can vary based on your contracts, your strike and things like that. And that is something that I do teach and go over for people as well. So you can have a better understanding of the levels. I promise you guys, like learning the levels is better to me than just following like the exact strike and contract. Like I said, I will post that time to time. I will say, especially if I'm going like a little far or it's a 1D, 2D TE or something like that, I do typically actually post the strike and levels. It's just not every trade that that's going to happen to or happen with. And you need to be able to understand my concepts of open and closes and hopping in at the most optimal time. But once you got that locked in, you know exactly what you're doing. Same thing, you follow my same setup of entries and exits following Danny's SPX or her swings or anything like that on any time frame. I promise you, you guys are going to eat. Cindy's another one. She been killing it. Killing it, killing it, killing it, killing it. Um, so that's all for today. Before this
Yes,
thing cuts off, I'm gonna drop the stripe link for our class. We're
I
going
did.
over. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it
Yep.
one more time so it's quick. We're going over SPY, SPX, and swings. I
Yes.
am teaching things that I have not done before and giving you guys tips and tricks that I've
Hey.
not done before. If you took any mentorships with me, if you would like to do a one-on-one, and have a more private, intimate setting with us, we will just shoot us a DM on
Yeah. Yeah.
Discord. I don't know. How do y'all feel should we do like a levels class, Danny? If
I
y'all
think we should.
if
I think
y'all
we
want,
should.
if y'all are interested in us doing that, where we really show you guys charting specifically and
Yeah.
how we find our exact levels, drop a one in the chat so we can see who's interested and see if it's worth us like setting up.
Oh, they ready. Look.
Oh, they real. Wow. I was not expecting that. Okay, cool.
All
Um,
right.
all
So,
right, that's something after this class next week. We'll try to set it up and have that for you guys,
yeah.
in the next couple weeks. Like in the
Yeah.
next 2 weeks. I mean, I ain't got shit to do.
And I got a little treat for you guys. If you still were thinking about this class, the levels class, we won't knock you over the head. You have to show proof, but we'll just make sure like you could get like a package deal on the class.
Yeah,
So where maybe taking two of them would be $100. Those who are taking this current one, your levels one that's very, very specific to levels, that one would be,
like
reduced, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
So we
something
got
like
y'all.
that where like that class will be 25 instead of 50 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if you guys
Yep.
are interested, we'll be good
All
with
right.
all of that. Is everyone in, I think everyone's in what, FNP, Risk to Riches
Impact. Yep.
or Impact? Okay, cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes. DM me if you're looking for one-on-ones. We'll drop the info when we do that class for levels, and then we have the class that is specifically tailored to spot. Yeah, I sounded country just now. It's
Tyler.
specifically tailored. It slips out sometimes. It's my code switching voice. So it's specifically tailored to SPY, SPX, and
Yes.
swings.
All right.
Yeah.
So we love
Guys.
y'all. Sorry I couldn't get on the camera tonight, but I look like a mama, so no. This will be uploaded to YouTube. You guys have a great night. Just love you. Thank you guys for all your support.
Love you.
Bye,
I'm also
guys.
the city band. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Lotto Friday.
Hey, let's show
Okay.
out.
Bye.
Good night.